We're still in the pandemic right now. How has COVID-19 changed law enforcement?
I think we now have the challenge of really how do we keep our men and women motivated each day to come in knowing that while we face dangers seen and unseen, we now have the specter of this virus hanging over us and the challenges that poses. And just the thought of law enforcement and the community it serves being socially distant is the antithesis of who we are and what we're all about. So again, it really poses challenges for us in a way that we would have never ever imagined. But we've again adapted to it and shown how we've been able to overcome and move forward. And we're hopeful that by the second, if not third quarter of 21 here, that we can move beyond that and get back to collaborating and working more closely hand in hand together.
I would say looking at it from a standpoint of continuity of services. With the pandemic and the virus being a challenge for keeping healthy workers, as we all know, police department, sheriff department is shut down during the height when we had safe at home orders. The men and women of our respective agencies showed up dedicated every day. You didn't have anyone calling in sick saying, you know what, things are crazy out there. They kept on track, on point in regards to being there for our community. And we need to be able to, really see that and respect that. I think that we are still in challenging times because, we still have a high number of people who are, unfortunately sick. And that we're seeing unfortunate deaths. But again, the community still needs us, no matter what we're going through. And that probably would put more emphasis on how it is more important to collaborate and work together because of our respective challenges, where we need to be able to maximize our resources that's so limited and so scarce in regards to that we still have a job or a service to do. I don't even like to say word job, but a service. And, that's where we come in, showing up, being positive, encouraging, thanking. Those are all things leaders are supposed to do in regards to ensuring the good and welfare, the motivation that the sheriff talked about is there. Because it gets pretty dark, winter vortex, you got anything going on, blizzards, we're still going to work. We're still out there. We're still responding. So I'm proud of the men and women of the Milwaukee Police Department, proud of the men and women of the Sheriff Department. I'm proud of the men and women of law enforcement as a whole who is being resilient through these challenging times.
We have the vaccine that is available now. I know some of your members have gotten the vaccine, and you've gotten the vaccine as well. Do you encourage your officers and members and deputies to get the vaccine? I know you can't make them, but would you rather they get it?
Oh yes, I'm married to a physician. My wife said, hey, listen, you better get that vaccine. Now I'll admit, I watched and waited for her, but it is important. The command staff of the Milwaukee Police Department got our vaccinations, and we put it on social media because it is important to model what you expect. We are dealing with some challenging times of, various areas where you can be exposed. We understand that no, it's not mandatory, but, I tell my people I want to see the best side of you. I want the best self showing up to work, and that means healthy in mind and in spirit and in body. So it is important for us to, again, be at the point of the spear, to be able to say that we are modeling what we expect, but we have to respect people's rights and wishes also. But at the end of the day, the work that we do does not stop, doesn't have off days or holidays, and our community needs us and depends on us to be the best self showing up to work.
And we need to be, as leaders, making an environment for all of our members to be safe whether it's the uniform or the equipment that they have. And so to have the ability to access the vaccine is one of, again, adding more safety to their surroundings and their ability to interact with the public. We can encourage. We can say respect the science, respect your colleagues, your coworkers, the people that you serve. But at the end of the day, as you indicated, they have the ability to make a choice. And it's always my hope that they make the right choice for their family, for their situation, and not what's in the best interest of Ernell Lucas or Jeffrey Norman, but what's in their best interest. And by and large, I think our members are making those right decisions. We're not where we want to be, we're not where we need to be, but we're continually working toward that.
Have you had members be reluctant to want to get the vaccine?
I've gotten that feedback.
What do you say to them?
The biggest thing I can say is that I respect that. I will hope that you will think about the bigger picture of all this. We have family members, we have colleagues, coworkers. I was a very proactive commander when the pandemic was affecting our communities in regards to, it's about the person that you work with, safety. Even if you don't fear that there's going to be a serious illness, to be out sick is one less person who can help do the work that we're doing. So you try to appeal to, the greater sense of duty of what we're trying to do in regards to law enforcement, of being there for our community. But as the sheriff said, you also have to respect that, we all are unique and human in our ideas and philosophies, and, you understand that there's limitations and freedoms that you need to be as a leader, understanding and know when to put forth your encouragement and then leave it at that.
What has been some of the explanations that members have given you for their reluctance?
Well, I know some individuals feel that they're not too keen on vaccinations in general. And that is, again, another right. You can't sit there and say you're wrong, or too often we become too grounded in our own beliefs and get into a unnecessary conflict that at the end of the day, especially we're all adults, I believe in being human to each other, meaning respecting beliefs, and that at the end of the day, if they have a belief that is not illegal or immoral, you have to respect that and be able to understand that you have your dialogue and then leave it at the table. So.
Yeah, I think it's the unknown, the uncertainties. I've had the privilege of now listening to several leading practitioners and talking with my counterparts around the country and others. And even when called upon and to answer questions of my membership, I cannot answer all the questions. I don't have all of the answers. And so I think it's that uncertainty that looms over those that choose to make the decision to, hey, let's just wait and see how this thing unfolds and how it reacts with others before they'll make the decision. And like anything, you just give it time. You can make it available for them and hope for the best, but again, it's their right to choose.